We're with Jen Hale and Todd Grappanini.
Coach, what a difference a night makes, that's for sure. Your evaluation of your squad tonight in this 34-point win.
All right, well, first of all, I'll get to that in just a second. I know I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana, a long way away from the East Coast, but Georgetown is in the Big East Finals, my man Patrick Ewing. And so with a day off tomorrow, we're going to be watching him take his shot at getting in the NCAA tournament. He's done an unbelievable job. So, all right, as far as our approach, I mean, look, it was just totally different. Our energy and intensity were different right from the beginning. One of the big emphasis Fred Vinson had in the scouting report, especially when they decided to go big, was we're going to have to do a great job on the boards. I mean, Kevin Love, great offensive rebounder. Larry Nance, great offensive rebounder. Jared Allen, great offensive rebounder. Isaac Okoro, great offensive rebounder. And our guys met the challenge. 70 rebounds in the game. I don't think I haven't seen that with one of my teams. We did a great job there. We defended. They had a tough night shooting the ball. Garland's a big miss for them, no question. But our guys did what they were supposed to do. And as I've been saying to you and to them, Zion actually gave the speech after the game as me, knowing exactly what I would say. So we let him give the speech. But it's all about consistency. And we say consistency. David Wesley was just talking about it. I don't usually catch his stuff, but David was just talking about it that, the shooting and stuff, it's going to come and go. What we're talking about is a consistent energy and approach. And so it was great to see it tonight. It was a great response off last night. But you can't have those games only when you're responding to a bad game, or you can never put anything together. So as happy as I was to see it tonight, we need to have that kind of approach every night. Doesn't mean we're going to win every game. Other teams are out there playing too. But you need that kind of consistency. So I'd like to see something at that level become more of a consistent thing.
Coach, can you take us inside what Z had to say to the squad?
I'll let Z tell you if he comes on. So he did a pretty good imitation of me. He didn't try to do my voice like Dwight Howard used to, but his words were pretty well right on, about what we had tonight. So if you get a chance to talk to him, he can give you the speech.
Coach, you mentioned it was a tough shooting night for Cleveland, but how would you assess your defensive rotations? Because it looked like that they were pretty solid most of the night.
Yeah, I thought we played well defensively. I did. Listen, when you're evaluating your team, to be honest, it's always skewed a little because the other team and how well they play has something to do with it. And so, they missed some makeable shots, so your defense looks better, We didn't shoot the ball well either, though, tonight. Our three-point shooting in March has been, not good. In February, we shot like 39% on almost 33 attempts. 5 games in March, we're shooting like 26 attempts and shooting 26 or 27%. So those troubles continued. So it's not like we just had a hot shooting night. We actually really struggled from the perimeter. So we did it with our defense and our rebounding tonight, and that was a good thing. We got up 101 shots, so, pretty good. And Z and Brandon in very limited minutes were very good.
Well, you mentioned limited minutes because your bench played a lot of minutes, and Jackson, second straight game, played well, but it was good to see the bench not give up the lead as they did last night. As a matter of fact, keep it consistent and extend the lead. So when your bench plays like that, you're such a much better team.
Yeah, listen, we started okay, first quarter, and then the bench built it a little bit, and then the starters came back in, which sometimes has been a problem for us, came back in at the end of the second quarter and really took it forward, and then came out of the locker room and put it away, which has not always been the case either. So it was a pretty consistent effort tonight. Those kind of games are feel-good games for teams when everybody plays. We unfortunately let Minnesota do it at our expense last night, and it's a fun night for a team when everybody gets in the game and gets to play and gets to be part of it.
And Christian Clark here. I mean, you've talked a lot about Jackson and the need to just, have that consistent motor. What have you just thought about the motor these past few games and this few games before the All-Star break?
Yeah, listen, he's been good. He's doing what we need him to do. So that has emerged as probably, well, I wouldn't even say probably. That's emerged as our deepest position right now. I mean, we're 3 deep with quality guys, and so Jackson's played well, and brings that energy to the game. We just want him to continue with that.
Yeah, Coach, I gotta say, my dad is a diehard Georgetown fan, so you're probably his new favorite coach now. But how much do you think that the time off really helps Steven? It seems like he's moving around a lot better, 2 high rebound games back to back for him.
Yeah, I thought he was our best player last night, too. I really thought he was good. Yeah, he's played great, and I'm sure the time off helps a little bit. And, trying to manage some of that in this second half is going to be key. And so hopefully, we get good minutes out of Jackson. We got Billy right there all the time, and we don't have to wear Steven out. Last night, pretty tough night early because we were matching his minutes to Towns. The only thing that ended up saving him is that we didn't keep the game close enough, or he would have had a big minute night, but he was great tonight.
Hey, Stan, you kind of mentioned last night the issue with the consistency is not necessarily energy to start games or anything like that. It's sustaining it all the way through. Is there a difference in a night like this where clearly your guys were able to sustain it and go forward? Is it just playing with the lead sometimes? How would you sort of just break it down to say, all right, these are the nights we play 48 minutes and some other nights we play 8?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think one thing, it's a pretty natural response from last night, right? I mean, you're embarrassed. We were all embarrassed. I was embarrassed. They were embarrassed. They respond. We had that game in Phoenix early in the year where we got blown out, and our next game was Oklahoma City, and, we blew them out. And then we had the collapse here against Phoenix, the big fourth quarter collapse, and we came back with the biggest comeback in franchise history the next game against Boston. So our guys are resilient, and they respond to games like that pretty well. But you just don't want to have to have response. You don't want to have those games, or at least very few of them. And so that's where the consistency comes in, and we've just got to be better.
Thanks, Coach. We're all set.
All right. Yep.